Yeah, what's up guys? This is HumbleFx, the legend of scalping, the scalping legend. So in today's video, I want to teach you guys how to trade a particular pattern. I just saw this while I was trading while I was taking my today's trade, and I decided to show you guys this pattern. Is very awesome. If you learn this pattern alone, you can actually use it to make a lot of profit for yourself on the financial market. I will be showing you guys the exact thing I did and the result it produced while I'm doing this, guys. So you just want to watch the video to the very end, and I promise you you're gonna see a big time result on your trading experience. All right, remember we are scalping in this strategy. This is one of the best chart pattern you would ever come across, right? This kind of, have you ever heard about rejections in the market? Have you heard about market rejections? Then you now to complement it with other confirmations. Once you get this right, I bet you, even if that is the only thing you know about forex trading, you are going to make a huge difference in the marketplace. Guys, this video is going to be mind-blowing, and if you like the video, please don't forget to comment on the comment section, and don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, and also give us a thumbs up. Is very important. Also hit on the bell notification so that you get notified once a new video is uploaded. Back to back, we bring to you hot and massive videos to make you understand how this market works. In the last video we did about a chart pattern on crash 500. If you didn't watch the video, you can go and watch the video and see what the market did in that place. Even though it did not actually go up our direction, but I told you guys that if it's going to go down, if it breaks downside, it's going to go a very massive downside. And what happened? The market broke downside and it keep on going down. It keep on going down, keep on going down. That is if you understand market price. If you watch the video, last video we did, and you were there in the charts, you will see that once it broke that particular levels, you should enter the sell, and by now you make a lot of profit. That is the power of knowledge, guys. So guys, let's go to the chart and let's see what the chart is saying about this. This is going to be on boom 500 and crash, sorry, boom 300 and crash 300. Let's see. It's a live trade, and I wish you're also going to actually gain what I'm talking about. After the video, and you like the video, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and also click on the bell notification so that once a new video is uploaded, you will get a new update. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, all right, and join the Telegram channel if you want to get updates here and there. I remain humble. Yeah, all right guys, this is my chat. All right, this is my chat. All right, I want to show you guys the best and very reliable chart patterns that you can ever imagine. All right, so now let us get to the chart and let us see what is happening here. You could see I have a running trade. I have trades running right about this place. I want to close this crash trade, and I will enter another position right in your front. Once I get a better position to take this one, I don't want to hold this particular trade. I want to close it at $10. So in the next one pips, in the next one pip, I'm going to close that crash 300 trade. That is 20 pips. Remember, we are scalping in this trade. We are not swinging, even though this entries are swing trade, but we are not going to swing the market. We're going to scalp, only scalping. That's what we're doing in this video. Okay, so let me show you what you can actually swing with that. So let me close that the trade. Now let us go to this boom 1000, and so far we have got $22 so far in this place. So this is boom 300. So what are we talking about here? I want to go up to M15. So now if you watch my M15 candlestick, if you watch my M15, now look at what is happening here. Look at what is happening in M15. Look at these zones here. All right, this is my entry confirmation. That was my entry confirmation. My first entry was actually right about here. That was my first entry. Yeah, I have closed it. I've closed the first entry. That is this particular ones you are seeing. These two trades you see here, I've closed those ones already. Okay, so now enter another one as soon as the market crossed over these zones here. I had to take another entry. I entered the first one right about here. I close it in the line here, enter again right here, and I'm now trying to hold this thing for a short while. Let me get my TP and I'll go away from the market. Okay, spike might happen around here, but with this chart, chart pattern here, I should not be afraid to close my trade in loss. As I just said it, the spike might happen around here. I just said this here right now and it happened. But the issue that I will not be afraid to close it in a hurry, because of these chart patterns I'm seeing right about here. So there is no fear right here, no fears, no fears. So let me check my crash 300. This one too has spiked more, so that's why I close it. I know that this might happen, but I don't trade spike. I don't trade spikes. So now I'm not going to take an entry right in this place right now until there is a movement that crosses above this line. That last spike. That is only way I can take an entry on that particular trade. All right, that's really I can take an entry on that particular trade. So now let's go back to where we are here and what we're expecting to happen here. Okay, now you see why did this spike happen? Why did this spike happen? Now let me show you why it's happened. I shouldn't, as a scalper, I should have closed my trade right about here, because the markets have just come down to it again. Right, that is a zone. That's how we scalp. You should take your TP at a point like this, because it might happen like this. Now see what happened right here, because of this particular level here. That's why this trade came back to it, and you were here. I said it that this spike might happen right here. But the issue is that I will not be afraid of it, because I already know what is happening in the higher time frame. So now you see that entry. I'm going to take an entry right here again. I'm going to take another entry, making it 3 entries in this particular pair. You see that? I'm going to take another entry here. So this entry, all base, if I can see, draw this trend line here, you could see this is another entry confirmation, though this is scalping entry confirmation. So if you can learn these particular things very well, you are going to make a whole lot of profit. But that's not why we are here. So let me take out this particular place and let's go over to our M15. So why we are here is this chart pattern. That is why we are here. Let's go up to the higher time frame. Let's go to the higher time frame and check something very special. Now if I go to the higher time frame, this is M30. I'm seeing something that's happening. I'm seeing a level here. Okay, so and you see my line. This is my line, my horizontal line. That is where I'm trying to look at as my point of interest. So price came back to it. Look at that. Price just came back to it at the top, and there start to have some rejections around here. We now start to have some rejections around that particular point. So what do we expect next? Once we see all these things happening, all these movements happen or something, the next thing we should do is that we are trying to get an entry at that particular point. Yes, because the bears, the bulls are getting weak. The bulls market are getting weak now. The bears want to take over. Even though that this is not actually going to be a long sell, because if you check on the 4-hour time frame, okay, that's if you want to know what you are trading. Don't just because you see an entry formation you not think it's going to be a swing. This is the 4-hour time frame, and this market is going to buy. I just said this now. The market is going to buy. Market is going to buy to a certain level. I'm talking about market is going to buy up to this level. To buy reach here, it might retrace. Let me check it out. So markets are going to buy up to that level. It might rotate back and keep on buying upside. But among all this thing happening right here, I'm still not afraid of this market. I'm going to go this trade. Let's see the outcome of this market. Let's see the outcome. It is still at that level I showed you guys on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, I showed you guys a level, and that is where it is right now. So I'm not going to be afraid of this market, because it is still at my point of interest, which is here. It is still at my point of interest, and it's close to my 200 exponential moving average. So at this point right now, I should not be afraid right now. So let us hold on to the trade and see what happens next. So what I want to understand is, once you see these rejections happening, or why I'm holding it more often is because of I'm seeing these rejections here. These rejections here is one thing that is giving me more hope. Even the price by chance spikes above that rejections, then I know that the tendency of it coming back to set now is not that simple. It might continue to buy, but see it get to that point I showed you earlier, and that is when I'll close my trade. I will close this trade once the market crosses over this particular zone that it is right now. But if it continues to range around this place, I'm going to hold my trade, and I know it's going to go down in my favor. and give me my profit, then I get out of the market. So guys, this is very awesome, guys. This pattern, if you just watch out for these patterns on your charts. Let's see other places that kind of pattern worked very well, and let's know what happened there. Now look at this point here. Now look at this point here. We see this thing here. We have lots of rejections happening here. So if you have been in this place and you saw this chart pattern, this thing happening here, what is going to come to mind is, what will come to mind is, wow, this is actually a nice formation right here, because you could enter a market around any point here, any point around this place, and what happened, we sold market. We sold after all the rejections happened. There was a massive sell, right? That was a great massive sell. So once you start to see those projections happen in your chart, the next thing should happen is to take your trade around that side. It's just that simple, guys. You can see this thing on your chart, and every time. Now look at buy here. Look at a smooth buy. Look at a smooth buy. This is called crazy buy. After all the rejections happening here, there is a massive buy. Once there is a break, there is a massive buy. All right, that is just simple as that. If you just identify these rejections, you can use it to scalp. You can use it to swing. Now see another things here. There was rejections here, but we used to scalp the market and came down at this point before the market continued to buy. So you can use these things to scalp on lower time frames and as well. That is just how simple and easy that should be, guys. Please don't forget to follow this channel, subscribe to the channel, or click on the like button, comment on the comment section if you like this video, and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so that you get notified once a new video is uploaded to the channel. It's that very simple. Okay, and if you like the concept we are bringing to you this time around, I like you to smash the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the bell notification and all that. So guys, I think we should hold a little bit and see what this trade turns out, so that you don't be like I talk finish and I end the video without showing you guys the result. So let's wait a little bit and see what this chart is going to do for us. Yeah, all right. As we said, that now here we are. If you check on the one time frame, you see that we have some spikes around here as well. We have some spike happening there. This is a range, so this is what we do in a range. I enter that trade right here because it's a range. So you see how the market is moving around here. So this is called very big range, and I'm going to be exiting this trade right now because the market has not actually wanting to move down. Okay, but if it moves below, then we'll continue the sell. But at this point, I'm going to close now because of what? Because of these levels here. These internal levels that can actually play a very big role. You could see what happened there in the first time. Market came down like this down, but it came here and have a spike. So at this point in time, I will exit my trade right about here now, so that that thing doesn't happen again. If it cross over, then we'll enter on that place and enter on that trade. At this point, I'm going to close these particular ones. I may close the two and leave the first two I entered in profit. Now this crash as well. I told you guys that once it crosses over at some level, I will also exit it now. All right, so I told you guys that once it crosses over a certain level, I will enter a trade. Once it crosses around there, I will enter my second trade. And what happened there, it crossed over there, I took a trade, and here is the result already. I took the trade and I closed it at $9 before I closed and enter again at closing $3. So that is what we do here. That's how we scalp the market, even though we know that this is actually going to buy, because we don't want we are using a bigger lot size, that if in market reverses right now, it's going to do us a very big harm. So we have to close that particular trade at that point and then move on, right? I will say enter on that trade, and my TTP is going to be the line you see above. The line above here is my second TP. That is if I enter right now. If I should enter a trade right now, that is going to be my TP. All right, that is my TP. Now this one has actually broken that particular place, and I will hold only these two. Yes, I'll hold only these two because there might be another spike upside. But what I want to get in this place is, what I want to understand here is the formation that prompts this entry. All right, this might sell very, very good once the market finally breaks the whole resistance level, this level, if it breaks this level, we might have a good sell that will go down a little more bit. Yes, that will go down before the market starts to buy back. Okay, so you are not swinging this market. Even if it breaks that place, you are not swinging it. This is a bullish market already. If you check on high, I told you guys, if you check on high time frame, it's a bullish market. Look at it right here. If you are selling, is a short sell, is a short time sell, not a long time sell. It is still hard. It still have a cycle to complete. It might come here, drop down, then keep on buying. So it's not actually a bearish market, but we can scalp through the market and get our TP and get out of the market. That is what I'm doing right here. You see, now we are in profit already, and let me check on the crash and see if I can still take an entry and all that. I see that I'm not going to take entry here. I'm going to just ignore crash 300 until the break of the main level, the actual level I'm seeing. That is until the break of this level here before I take an entry. Okay, so now that is, by the way, that is what we have learned today. The levels we have learned today is these rejections, and that is what I wanted to take home. Okay, that is what I wanted to take home right about now. You have seen how it played out, how we worked on it. Even though we entered, then the spike happened, because we are still in that range. We are still at that particular range. All right, we added more entries. I added extra 2 entries at the top, because I know that this range is still valid, except there is a breakout of that range. But while you're doing that, don't forget to know your equity and your ability. Okay, because there might be a break out of that particular place and you're thinking it will come down, you blow your account. All right, if that would have broken out, I'd have hesitated, because I know that it will keep on buying. So if it breaks out of this level, it's going to buy massively. But at this point, we are looking at sales, right? We're looking at sales, the scalping of the sales, right? That is what we're looking at right about now. And even as though I know it will sell more than this, I'm going to close once the market also reach to the other level that happened. This is here. If markets come close to this place, I'm going to exit this market, because there might also be another sell. But if here breaks out of this place, I'm going to enter again. So in the next video, we'll talk about something that's very special. So if you don't want to miss the next video, I'm going to reveal to you the secret of using this line on my chart here. That is the secret that behind it. I will reveal to you everything you need to know about that moving average and how it works efficiently. So don't miss the next video. And to get that, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, like this video, share and comment on the comment section. Don't forget to turn on your bell notification. And until then, I remain HumbleFx. Peace out. Enjoy.